Hello there! So this week's video is a bit different. It's another traditional speed paint, but I'm not really drawing anything like a character or something. I just wanted to talk to you guys and show you guys a bit about how I practice. Like, practice is a pretty vague term and you always hear it in regards to like improvement and getting better, and I even have a video on like my takes on improving and getting better. I'll put a link in the card if you want to check that out. But so everyone says practice, but how do you even practice? Like, what kind of practicing? What is practicing? So I thought I'd make this video just showcasing how I practice and giving a few tips and tricks. So right here I'm doing some gesture drawings, or figure drawings they're called. There's a lot of websites and I'll link a few. One's called Line of Action, and there's another one that I've used before where they just show you pictures of figures. Some are clothes, some are not, men, women, there's settings that you can mess with. So they show you photos of people where you're meant, and then you can set a time limit to like 1 minute or 10 minutes or however detailed you want to get. I usually spend between 40 seconds and 80 seconds on any given figure because I think I struggle more with drawing the figures themselves and getting the proportions right and getting a good flow and getting that sort of correct rather than with details. I think I'm a lot better at details, shading, lighting, all that. I don't think I need as much practice with that, so I rather spend more of the time doing the basic gestures, getting the basic gestures down. So yeah, there's those websites. I've sort of stopped using, like in the beginning, I'm on page 119 of my sketchbook. You can see I'm working. In the beginning of the sketchbook, I was doing a lot of gesture drawings from these websites, but I found that there was a bit of an imbalance between male and female models. There was just a lot more female models, and the male models were more likely to be clothed, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually quite helpful to have nude models when you're doing gesture drawings, but I found that with the male figures being clothed, it was harder to, and then there's this one model that's dressed all in black like ninja gear, and it's just really hard to figure out where his arms are, how his hands are placed, all that thing. So I got a bit frustrated with there being a lack of male models because I think I'm better at drawing the female figure than I am at drawing the male. Also, I'm a female, so I have my own female figure to look at in the mirror. So yeah, so I was a bit frustrated with the lack of male models, so I've taken up, and I really recommend this if you're like struggling to find male references for gesture drawing. Just look up soccer, or like just sports screen caps of like sports games. I like football in particular because they don't have that bulky of a uniform. They just have like shorts and t-shirts and then the shin guards and those things. So yeah, all of these figures here are from football games. I just googled footy match screenshot or soccer match screenshot, something like that. And with the green pencil, I've been told that it's a bit wasteful. Like, in the time that it's taken me to outline these characters with this green, I could have done a couple more figures. I beg to differ because I sort of find it useful to go over my figures, like the silhouette of my figures like this, because it's sort of like a review. Like, I've done it, it took me like 50 seconds give or take, and then I like go back and look at it when I'm doing this silhouette, so I find things that look odd, things that look better. It's like a more intensive sort of learning experience for every figure. In this page, I decided I haven't done that many of these recently because I don't think I struggle with it as much, but I used to do these like mad when I started, which is just a page full of faces, head shapes, head angles, not that detailed. Like, I put in the features, like the eyes, the nose, the mouth, but eyebrows also, but I don't put in the hair. I put in circles for the ears. I don't detail it much, but I try to get as many angles as possible. And I've also been trying to get more expressions done when I'm doing these faces because I'm not as good at expressions as I want to be. Like, I'm pretty good at more neutral, like, and less exaggerated expressions, but as soon as you get a bit exaggerated, I'm quite bad because I think too much. I think of the face as too solid. I don't think of it as fluidly as it actually is. I struggle with seeing skin being stretchy and stuff. So like furrowing your eyebrows, I'm bad with trying to push it. And I push how high you can raise your eyebrows, how low you can push your eyebrows, how like put together to get like a wrinkly forehead. Like I need to get better at that. And so how I'm practicing is doing these sketch pages. And yeah, if you want to get better at drawing faces, I really recommend this. If you want to get better at drawing bodies and characters and motions and stuff like that, I really recommend the gesture drawings. If you really want to get better at doing details, I suggest you sort of skip or not do as much of these things and just focus more on doing details. I'm of the belief that every single drawing you make makes you better somehow. So you're always practicing as long as you're drawing. Even if you're not drawing, if you're just watching this video or watching another art video, you're also improving your visual library, even though your hand doesn't quite catch up. I'm not particularly happy with a lot of these. I put a circle next to that one face because I was happy with that one, but I'm not like the most amazed with myself in most of these, but I'm still quite happy with the practice I got in. I felt loose, I felt motivated. And there's another thing, every single artist has been faced with the whole I don't know what to draw. But if you just Google some gestures, then it's just, you don't have to think about what to draw. You just draw that and it's practice. That little thing, that little squiggly I'm doing on the side, it's a ribbon. I do a couple of those. I should do more of them, but I do a couple of those to help me get the knack of a form. So I do a center line. I like put highlighter on which side would be backwards and which ones would be forward, just to train my brain to see form in a flat and like a 2D page. And then circles is for hand-eye coordination. Those little arrow-like things are to more hand-eye coordination to try to get the 45-degree angle. And then the two dots with the line connecting them is more hand-eye coordination to try to improve the whole, like, predicting the trajectory of how you're gonna move your arm. So like if you're meant to do two dots and then connect a line going straight through the middle of the two dots. I only did a couple of the lines that I did actually hit the two dots right through the middle, so I like just practice more to get that better. And it's just the kind of thing that it adds up to help you. It's just like a bit of a motor skills kind of training. So yeah, those aren't for everyone, I don't think. Like most of the artists I know don't even try those things, because you gain the sort of circle, 45-degree angle, the dot to dot kind of thing. You gain those passively, but I just, since I have a bit of extra space on the page, it's a good sort of mindless cool down exercise between pages that I like to do, and it makes the page look a bit more interesting just as a whole in the sketchbook, which I like. And then here I'm doing another page worth of gestures. This page came out a lot better than the first one because I was more warmed up. My eyes were a bit more like able to see things. There's still mistakes, of course, but I'm a lot happier with it. I did them a lot faster. They look a lot more proportioned. Another good thing to keep in mind with practice drawing and gesture drawing is drawing center lines, drawing lines that show the form of things, so then you don't see it as a flat thing, you see it more as a figure, something in three-dimensional space that you're just conveying with few lines. When I'm drawing figures like this, I almost always do like a direction line in the face, and I try to, like, sometimes I still forget, but I try to do like a center line on the torso, which helps me see like the way the torso is facing and stuff like that. And yeah, really, I just think that if you want to improve, like if you really want to improve quickly, then doing practice things like this is quite important. But if you're just more of a casual drawer, then you shouldn't really worry about it. Just draw what you want and be happy. But if you're getting frustrated with you not being able to draw the things like you imagine them, or you not being able to accomplish things to a level that you're proud of, then yeah, practicing like this whole page took me about half an hour, and I do it. Like, I used to do it every day about a month ago, but then I got a bit bored of it, so now I do it like every other day, and I just don't put that much pressure on yourself, because that ends up being worse than it is better. But I do think that this is like really helpful. Like, I've noticed a lot of improvement in myself since I started doing this a lot more seriously, and it's become easier. Like, my gestures that I do now look a lot better, take a lot less, and yeah, I'm happier with than I was when I just started. And yeah, this is about it. I'm doing more kind of adding a ground this one instead of a silhouette, and then more circles for hand-eye coordination. to just like help me review, like look over. But this is about it, the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want more videos where I showcase things like practicing techniques, stuff like that. And I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week.